Why is everybody rushing? Why is there so much pressure? Like,
people that live in Ontario, how do you do it? I could never live in Toronto. I could never live in Toronto.
guess where I am now? Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Feyi Mac and I post videos from Ontario, Canada. I post videos about my life in Canada as a new immigrant and how to get here. In today's video, I'm going to be addressing a lot of the questions I've been asked about life in Nova Scotia. A lot of people asked me why I chose Nova Scotia and why I chose to stay back in Nova Scotia after my studies. Also, I was asked why I left Nova Scotia. Okay, so in this video, I'll be giving you the 5 reasons why I loved living in Nova Scotia and also the reason I left Nova Scotia for Ontario. If you're interested in that, please keep watching. This video is in collaboration with Chi, and I'm going to be leaving the link to her video right up here in the cards where you can click and see the list of videos when you're done watching this video. She's going to be doing a video about the 5 things she loves about British Columbia. You guys asked me a lot about British Columbia, so I decided, you know what? We're going to bring you this content. Both of us are going to bring you the content. She's bringing you British Columbia, I'm bringing you Nova Scotia, and we'll be talking about the 5 things we love about these provinces. I'll leave the link in the description box as well, just for those who can't find it in the cards. Before I start this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you aren't already subscribed, please hit the subscribe button down below. Also hit the notification bell so that you don't miss my videos when I post them. Also leave me a comment of what city and province you're in. I'd like to know where you guys are. Like, what city or province are you in? Or what city and province are you planning to relocate to? So I'd really love to know that. I like to know where all my people are from and we can get to know each other better from there. So I'll start with the 5 things I loved about living in Nova Scotia. In my story time about life in Nova Scotia, you guys know that I cried when I looked down from the plane and saw a lot of green. Yes, I cried because as this girl from an extremely overpopulated city of Lagos, Nigeria, I expected to see a lot more people and a lot less greens. But guess what? It grew on me. Like, literally, I started feeling like a Halifax girl, you know, because at the end of the day, when you think about it, you're right beside the Atlantic Ocean. Like, what could get better than that? I ended up loving how sparse it was. In Halifax, there are a lot of international students, a lot of elderly people as well. The quality of air in Nova Scotia was just so good. And guess what? It is so beautiful. Now, this is one regret I have. I wish I had more time to explore Nova Scotia. I wouldn't even say time because I did have the time. I wish I had more interest in exploring Nova Scotia and traveling. This is something that I'm still trying to work on. I need to be more adventurous with like going to places. I visited a few smaller towns in Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia is beautiful. Cape Breton, Nova Scotia is just absolutely stunning. It's something out of a storybook, I'm telling you. So at the end of the day, you see a lot of trees, a lot of greenery. It makes up for, like, it makes beautiful scenes. So it's very serene. Because there aren't that many people, I think there are only about 500,000 people in Halifax. It just, if you've come from a city that's overpopulated, when you come here, at first you're going to feel like it's very sparse. But then you start to realize that, wow, like, this is a better quality of life. Next is the quality of life factor, which I just mentioned. In Lagos, Nigeria, we spend 2, 3, 4 hours in traffic going to and from work, okay? So when we moved to Halifax, Nova Scotia, we now realize that, wow, people actually have a life after work. Because living in Nova Scotia, I actually worked out of town. So I worked in 2 different cities at once. Okay, and even at that, when I got home, I still had time on my hands. Like, I don't know how to explain this to you, but I still had a life. You know, I didn't spend my whole evening or my whole night stuck in traffic. So this is one thing you realize when you live in a slower paced setting like Nova Scotia. You realize that there's a better quality of life out there. There's more to life than just hustle and bustle and stress and commute and traffic and all of that. So That is something that I really loved about Nova Scotia. When I was there, I could work my regular full-time job, go home, study for certifications, study for IELTS, study, do different things. So if you're someone who has a family, if you're a family-oriented person, Nova Scotia is great for you because you're going to have time for your family. Like, you're going to have time. And this is a conversation I had with my friend as well, who lives in Nova Scotia. When he moved there, he was like, wow, like, he didn't realize that there was life after, like, people, there's still, it's like, you end up having so much time now that you're not spending 5 hours in traffic. You know, you end up having so much time for your family, for your friends, for yourself. So that definitely improves the quality of life of a new immigrant. My next point is that the people in Nova Scotia, Nova Scotians, and Atlantic Canadians in general are extremely nice. You guys, I'm not even joking. And I know I've said in a previous video that, you know, I mentioned one of my racist encounters. Now, keep in mind that yes, the outright racist encounters that I've had in Canada were in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Okay, they happened in Halifax, Nova Scotia. But at the same time, notwithstanding, the majority of the people there are extremely nice. Extremely nice. I don't know how to put this. You know, one time I was jogging, just jogging. You know, when you're like you want to lose weight, let me lose some of this weight and get snatched and all of that. And one day I was just jogging like right off the highway, and some people were just like honking for me and just like, yeah, you go, 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 well done, good job, good job. I was like, what? Who does that? Like, who does that, you know? It's crazy. The people are so nice. Like, you're literally walking on the street and people are smiling at you, greeting you good morning, greeting you good afternoon, or saying hello. Literally. So imagine me that came from Lagos, Nigeria, where everybody is like fast, 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 hustle, bustle, bustle. No, nobody has time to even look at your face. Like, move fast or get out. You know? And then I now go to Halifax, Nova Scotia, and I'm walking on the streets and people are smiling. And I know there's the Canadian smile. Like, some people smile and it may or may not be genuine. But in Nova Scotia, I felt extremely welcome. And yeah, I just can't even tell you how nice people are. When I first came back from Nova Scotia to Ontario, I just realized, like, wow, like, Nova Scotians are really nice, because then I could even see the difference in people's demeanors in Nova Scotia versus in Ontario. It just, yeah, if you go to Nova Scotia, you're going to experience exactly what I'm telling you. People there are extremely nice. They're super nice people, and it goes for, you know, the rest of the Atlantic provinces as well. The fourth reason I loved living in Halifax, Nova Scotia was that it was very quiet and peaceful. Oh my God, you guys, like, it was very peaceful. If you're the kind of person that likes serenity, like peace and quiet, you guys, it's funny that I'm saying this because now I'm in Toronto and it's the opposite, obviously. But in Nova Scotia, it's extremely peaceful. Like, you hardly see crazy things happening. Yes, there are a lot of students there, so downtown can get crazy. Downtown Halifax can get crazy because students are drunk and all of that. But, in comparison to Ontario and some other provinces as well, like, or in comparison to some of the big cities, Halifax is very chilled, quiet, and nice. That's what I'll tell you for sure. Like, I can count how many times I heard people honking out of aggression in Nova Scotia. It's super quiet, super peaceful. You have your day, you have your neighbors, quiet. Everything is just peaceful. Especially from a Nigerian's perspective, it's very peaceful in Nova Scotia. One thing you find is that there are a lot of people who go to Nova Scotia to retire because of how peaceful it is. Lastly, the cost of living was amazing compared to the rest of Canada. So for me, living in Nova Scotia was very good. Look, there are times that I was working low-paying jobs, and I was still able to save. Okay, so I hear a lot of people say, oh, don't go to Canada because the bills are gonna kill you, blah blah blah. I understand, but when you look at it in the grand scheme of things, where you know your taxes are working for you, at the end of the day you have stable electricity, you have good roads, you have security, it's a safe environment compared to where we're coming from. Sometimes it's still a better option. Now in Nova Scotia, I was able to still save money by sharing an apartment with somebody. The first one-bedroom apartment that I had, just guess how much? Guess how much? It was $800 per month, and this is Canadian dollars. And this $800 was including hydro, so electricity, hot water, water, heating, everything, all inclusive except my cable and telephone, which I eventually cut off, and Wi-Fi, which I needed. But $800 for a one-bedroom apartment in a nice apartment complex with parking, no extra pay for parking, and then yeah, so it was all $800. So coming from Nigeria or from your home country, when you convert your currency, that might feel expensive, but compared to places like Ontario and British Columbia, that is very affordable. So I found life in Nova Scotia to be very affordable for me. Apart from the regular, yes, Canada is expensive because of our currency. We know that already. But in the grand scheme of things, living in Nova Scotia is very fair with regards to cost of living. I can do a comparison of cost of living in Nova Scotia versus Ontario, but these are the reasons why I really love Nova Scotia. It was very easy on my pocket. It was very sane and serene. The air was fresh. Nature was just beautiful. Okay. And then you still have a life. You still have a life after work, because going from one part of the city to another is not extremely painful like in big cities. And the people were super nice. So there you have it. Those are the reasons why I love Nova Scotia. Now, why I left. A lot of people have asked me this. Why I left. Okay. So keep in mind that Nova Scotia is the kind of place that a lot of people go to study. And the thing is, a lot of my friends, when they finished their last projects and papers, they literally took the next flight out of Nova Scotia. So this is something that's very common with international students. I know the government of Nova Scotia is trying to retain international students to stay back, especially through the Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program for like PR and all of that. So this is actually an issue that they're trying to work on to retain talent in Nova Scotia, because a lot of people leave after school. Now, I didn't leave after school because I got a job, and I also ended up changing careers also in Nova Scotia before I moved to Ontario. Now, the reason I moved to Ontario from Nova Scotia was because I got a job opportunity in Ontario that was better than the job I had in Nova Scotia. Now, I had tried to get that same job opportunity in Nova Scotia, but the one in Ontario came first, and so I decided to move. Also keep in mind that my family had then moved to Ontario. So they had moved from Nigeria to Canada, and they landed in Ontario. So I would have been closer to my siblings and my nieces anyway. So that also affected my decision. So it played a part in it. So yeah, the reason I left Nova Scotia wasn't because of racist encounters or because people were not nice to me or whatever. It was just that there were better job opportunities outside Nova Scotia, and my family was in Ontario. So I decided to move to Ontario. I hope that clears and answers all your questions that you've had. You guys had a lot of questions. But yeah, I hope that answers all your questions. Nova Scotia is a beautiful place. Yes, when you first get there, for someone coming from a very highly populated city or state or country, you will be shocked at how much green there is and how sparse it is. But guess what? You will adapt to that lifestyle. It would make sense. When I now moved to Ontario, I just felt like, oh my God, why is everybody rushing? Why is there so much pressure? Like, even when I was living in Nova Scotia, I was like, oh my God, people that live in Ontario, how do you do it? I could never live in Toronto. I could never live in Toronto. Guess where I am now? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel. Turn on the post notification bell so that you can get a notification every time I post a new video. Share this video with your friends who may be coming to Canada and are considering the Atlantic provinces. So yes, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one.